Pippa is going to be a guru. Not only that, she's going to be a female guru. Unfortunately, the end of the line, the fruits of this, so to speak, are at the scariest, darkest place of the universe. It's a place that no human consciousness can go into or wants to go into for that matter. It is darkness, emptiness, nothing at all, nothing. When I say nothing, most people don't want to be nothing. I'll say this exactly as Sadhguru said, when that happens, I'll be right there and I'll take care of whatever else needs to be done. And whatever needs to happen, I'll make it happen for you. You don't have to worry about that. But what you do have to worry about is taking step by step every single day, taking the next step towards going towards this emptiness. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another show of the Enlightenment podcast, where we talk about ideas that transform your life. Today I'm joined with Pippa, and on today's show we're going to talk about what it means to be a guru. This energy of a guru, what a guru does, and who can be a guru, how can you become a guru, and what this all means. So if you look at today's day, there are very few gurus on the planet. And out of all the gurus that exist on the planet Earth, there's way less white-skinned gurus. So I'm filling a market that is very not a lot of supply is for that demand. And there's a reason why I want to talk about this topic with Pippa, and that's gonna stay tuned why I brought this topic up. First, I want to share with you what it means to be a guru. Being a guru doesn't mean that you're a good marketer in business and you teach people and that makes you a guru. No, that's incorrect. It doesn't mean that you're a teacher or even that you're whatever you think a teacher means. It means being a guru simply means that you have the power to transform a person's life from within, with energy. So a guru is like the people that you see in the Olympics that hold the torch and they throw the torch into the big pile of wood, and then the wood gets engulfed in flames. It's a torch bearer that transfers over the light or transfers over the fire. So same thing with being a guru. A guru has this transformative energy inside, and through coming in contact with you, whether that be with his speech or with his actual physical presence, you internally transform. So this has happened to me as a result of Sadhguru. Sadhguru is also a guru, and this has happened to me. I'm a guru as well. This is not something that I wanted. I even never desired this. It's just something that has happened to me. And I'm not a guru because I'm spiritually wise or I read a lot of books, although both those things are true. I'm a guru because this energy was transferred into me, and now I can do this exactly the same thing to other human beings' lives. So the topic that we're going to discuss came as a result of our yesterday's podcast and us talking very generally, and today we needed to pinpoint exactly what we're going to discuss. After the podcast is over, I had a conversation with Leo and Pippa, and we were talking about enlightenment, what enlightenment means, and Pippa had some questions. We answered her. And then after the call was over, I thought to myself, Pippa is going to be a guru. Not only that, she's going to be a female guru, which even out of all the gurus and the white gurus, there are even less female gurus or women gurus. And she's of European descent, so that's also quite interesting, a remark. So why do I say this? What gives me the knowledge to say this, or how can I say this? Let me discuss this further. So out of the entire internet space, I only see realistically 2, 3, maybe a small handful of women that have this transformative power within them. Very prominent girls are Teal Swan. She's like that. She's a guru. She can transform your life internally. And some other person, which I don't want to share the name. So we're talking about this because I see this potential and power in Pippa. This person here joined in our Discord or in our podcast today. Not only do I see this power of her fully transcending all human limitations and going towards the emptiness of space, she will do that. And simultaneously also, she'll gain the power to awaken and transform human beings' lives, which I know that to be true. How do I know that? Well, 10 years of experience plus more of spiritual growth and evolution and tuning my intuition. So these things I'm generally not wrong about, and we're going to see. So without further ado, I welcome Pippa to the show, and tell me, what do you think about all of this?
Um, I was totally unaware that this was what we're going to talk about, and it's surprising, a pleasant surprise. And I just have a first question, um, which is about responsibility. And yeah, when you say that I am to be a guru or to transform people's lives, um, and I'm here on YouTube, I'm talking about stuff, and for now, I just share whatever is true to me in this moment. Is that basically the only thing there is to do? And then the energy aspect of it is what transforms people? Or do you, in your role as guru, consciously influence the process
Yes,
of
good
energy transference?
good question. So let's dive into this. The reason why I say you're going to be a guru, you're a future guru in the making, is because your sheer intensity for this spiritual work and this spiritual process. This is, I see this lacking in pretty much 99% of the human beings that I interact with and all the people on my YouTube videos and Discord, with the exception of a very small group of people. You fall into this category. Very intense and very strong desire you have towards this. So naturally, this will be the result. When this happens, how this happens, I have no idea. But how you influence people's lives as a guru, well, Sadhguru said very famously multiple times that he said something lines of, you just chant the mantra Shiva, say it 2, 3 times in a day whenever you remember. And through sheer involvement, if you do this, I'll take care of the rest. I'll take care of everything. What he does behind the scenes, we can't know. That's the guru's work. So you first have to get to this point for you to understand what is happening, how this all works, and what goes into play. Essentially, it is very little to do, comparatively speaking. It's very little to do with actual words you say. It's more to do with how you are, how the way you're behaving, and the energy that you have inside of yourself. Because, like I said, this is like a fire, and you can transfer the fire over, and you can light somebody else up and make them feel very warm and toasty.
But
So,
that,
yes.
sorry for interrupting, but the transference of fire, do you direct it consciously? And maybe to add to that, there have been instances in my life where I was in a specific situation and I suddenly had a thought of you, or I kind of felt like this is Shiva's energy coming into my field or awareness. And it was not like you could say, oh, yes, I remembered. And sometimes it feels like it comes from me, and sometimes it feels like it comes from you. Um, so that's my question. Like, do you actively interfere energetically with people's lives?
Yes, I do actively interfere in people's lives, and I'll explain this process. So sometimes it's just your own inner mind's activity that your mind makes up various things, and I don't really have anything to do with that, or other people don't have anything to do with that. But other times you're directly interacting with me or my energy field. And I am definitely, yes, consciously engaging with people's lives when the camera is off and I'm here by myself in my room. Things are happening to me. I'm shifting people's energies. Am I consciously doing this? Okay, the calendar says I have to shift people's energy. Let me go and absolutely not. Never. I will never do that. I've never done that. That's uh, irresponsible and fundamentally naturally wrong. What happens most of the time, or pretty virtually all the time, is This comes into my field of vision or into my consciousness. I see somebody is close, or I see somebody is struggling, or I see somebody is paying attention to me, or I see somebody is wanting or desiring change. Then, very effortlessly, I can kind of exchange this energy. So, most of the time, when I'm coming into your field of view or field of consciousness, or you're feeling that I'm sending you energy, probably at the same time, I'm not doing anything. Maybe on occasion that can happen. But what's more likely is that you're coming in contact with this energy field. I'm like a lingam, and as you come in contact with this, you rub off this energy, and you get to experience whatever this is. Some people have mentioned to me that they've had dreams about me, and sometimes when they meditate, visions appear in their mind's eye. Oh, Shiva told me to do this. I'm not sitting and telling you, oh, you need to do this step X, Y, and Z. It's just that I've transformed myself enough in my own life and in my own body that my sheer energy, my energy field, can influence people's consciousnesses in the way that's suitable for them. And it will be accurate, it'll be true. You better be wise and follow my instructions if that comes into you.
Mhm. Yeah. I feel like that happens to normal people as well. Or to some extent, everyone has that capability, like in small portions. Would you agree?
What do you mean? What specifically?
Mm, that there's always interactions between people's consciousnesses, and then sometimes if you intensely direct your energy towards something, that they feel that.
That's correct. Absolutely, that's true. Sometimes you have the thought of a person. Oh, I really thinking about this person. I wonder what this person is doing. Then that person directly calls you a second later. So your thoughts are very strongly intertwining at that moment simultaneously, and you get a phone call. So it's worth mentioning that probably a lot of the times that you're thinking about a person, most likely, or chances are good that the person is thinking about you too. Otherwise, that wouldn't happen. Uh, you wouldn't have that thought. And I come to this conclusion because, again, the example of people, I'm sure you've had this example that you're thinking about somebody and then the next day they call you. Their thoughts, their sheer presence, they influence your energy field, and then some physical action is taken. So I don't think there's any accidents to people that you're thinking about or envisioning or people coming into your field of vision. They definitely have something to do with that um, as well.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It reminds me of this artistic project I told you about earlier, in which we were actively trying to create a group consciousness. We were living in a hotel together for a full month, and whenever we would name someone, they would walk in within 5 minutes, or even within a minute, like full month, 15 people, and always that was the case. Really, really, really strange
Wow.
and fun.
Yes.
Hmm.
Very important to pay attention to these psychic phenomenon. A lot of these things are happening in everyday life, but you're too busy, you're too um, distracted, and these things kind of fall into, oh, this is just a mundane life. No, life is not mundane. Not any day that goes by without some super magical thing happening. Just being alive, just waking up is super magical and fantastic. So I want to talk more about how you're going to get to this, how you're going to awaken, and how you're going to transcend this reality. I want to mention again, after our call had ended yesterday, and we talked, both Leo and myself and you, and you were asking, what does it mean to be an enlightened person? And Leo gave some answers. It was true and correct. And then you said something like, oh, you're kind of experiencing the universe, or you're the universe. And that was spot on because you are the universe. Your consciousness is the universe. But unfortunately, you've been tainted with, or people have been tainted with the karma or their past actions. And that's playing out in your consciousness. So after relieving that, after cleaning that up, after cleansing that, that you have a clear and pristine field of view and pure consciousness, and you can just simply be the universe. So enlightened being is like a shell casing of the universe, totally unadulterated, totally, untainted, unblemished. purified. And this is what you have to do. This is what you have to let go of and shed. All of your past actions, all of your past trauma, all of the impressions that have fallen upon you. None of this is yours. None of that is belongs to you. None of that was mine. And that has been totally let go of. And you can do the same. So for most people, some profound and transformative experience happens in their life, and all of this gets shattered. They get entirely cleaned. Sometimes it's a very slow, gradual process, like you sweep the floor, and every sweep it gets cleaner and cleaner. For me, it was case in point and in time. Back a year ago, I was in Australia and I recorded videos. This is on my YouTube channel, it's documented. I watched Sadhguru's videos, and it was a Sadhguru's exclusive video, him talking about the cosmic secrets. It was Cosmic Secrets episode 2, I believe, or 3, and it was titled The End of Creation. That Sadhguru's exclusive video enlightened me, awakened me, broke me free from the suffering of life and of the universe. After I watched that, it was such a profound experience. I closed my eyes and I could see the entire existence, the entire reality as a roarer. This is a roaring that's happening. And that powerful experience totally snapped me out and shaken me out of the slumber I was in. After that day, whatever I had inside of myself has been broken, has been shattered, and now I'm free of that.
Mm, okay. Question. So you're free, but there's still karma. How do these two things coexist?
Well, I'm not exactly the expert on answering this question. Maybe someone like Sadhguru can answer it much deeper. He has total wisdom as it relates to this mind and body. But a very brief example that comes to mind is you're driving a car and the windshield is very dirty. You clean the windshield, now you can absolutely see. But then you're asking me, oh, well, you clean the windshield, but how come you're still driving? Well, that's the point. You drive, but you have a clear windshield. You can see everything and nothing is obstructing you. So I want to jump in and again, we're going to dive further. We're going to talk about how you get this, how you can achieve this yourself, because that's the point of the game. Unfortunately or fortunately, the end of the line or the fruits of this, so to speak, are at the scariest, darkest place of the universe. It's a place that no human consciousness can go into or wants to go into for that matter. It is darkness, emptiness, nothing at all, nothing. When I say nothing, most people don't want to be nothing. That's what they dread, that's what they want to run away from. Nothing? No, I want to have everything. Yes, okay, that's perfectly fine. You should have everything, but you should have also nothing simultaneously. Nothing is not something that you want to stray away from. It's actually the most fruitful thing in the universe is nothing. So it's like you're in the universe and you're walking towards an empty black hole, a pit of nothing. If you walk into this, you will be done. That's it, gone, no more. But what you will get in return is something so fantastic, which is nothing. What is it? It's nothing. So you have to go towards this. Nothing.
And how exactly do you go towards it?
Well, this question is not really relevant to you anymore because you're going towards this. Whether you like it or
Mm.
not, in fact, you can't stop not going towards this. You've already set the causes in motions. This will happen. The question you should be asking is how you can turn your attention more towards this. How can you remove the fear of this that you have? That's the whole of spiritual work. That's 100 things or 1,000 things you can do towards that. But every day, rest assured, if you progress on this, you will get there. You will reach the finish line.
Do you have suggestions on how to remove the fear?
Yes. This is a suggestion that I have specifically for you, Pippa. You should try your best to go to a cemetery, a graveyard. If there's one in your city that you're comfortable and it's convenient for you to go to, experiment to go there, sit for some time, an hour or two, and investigate. To look, really look and perceive. Not, oh, this is a tombstone. Don't make any conclusions. Just see what's in there, what's out there. If that's not a possibility, second best thing is to search this up on YouTube. You look at the process of the decomposition of a body, or cremation videos, or videos that are relating to this, not for any kind of perverted idea, just because you want to see clearly into this life. You want to investigate what happens at the end of the line, what happens at the finish line. That's what you should investigate.
Mhm. Okay.
And lastly, what I'll say here is, how does it relate to being a guru? Well, first is this process of you totally liberating yourself or eradicating your impurities. When that happens, I'll be right there and I'll take care of whatever else needs to be done. I'll say this exactly as Sadhguru said. I'll be one step ahead of you, and whatever needs to happen, I'll make it happen for you. You don't have to worry about that. But what you do have to worry about is taking step by step every single day, taking the next step towards going towards this emptiness. So that's it, my friends and ladies and gentlemen. That's the end of our podcast, our show for today. Stay tuned till next time, where we discuss future powerful and potent spiritual ideas. Goodbye.